Hey guys, Burrsake here, and welcome to a little glitch tutorial. So, I'm gonna be showing you about 5 glitches today. Most of these glitches actually work and help with other glitches, so once you learn one, you'll start to learn them all, if that makes any sense. The one that we're gonna start out with first is by far the most simple, but I would probably argue the most useful out of all of them put together. So, say you're shooting somebody, and let's just say that you're shooting somebody at a turret, right? And you shoot him, that was your last bullet, you have to reload. Look how long it takes so I can shoot again. I'm pressing fire the entire time, watch this. That's forever, right? So if you reload and they reload, and he reloads the second before you, and both of you aren't dead, he's gonna win no matter what. Fire the whole time, just now starts. Alright, well, you want to reload more quickly than him so you can continue firing. So you shoot, you have to reload, and you can cancel the reload by hitting melee. So pretty much what will happen is, it takes really good timing, but eventually you just kind of get used to it. My general rule of thumb is, it's like when he starts to put the clip back into the gun. This can be done with any gun. But timing is a little weird for a lot of them. As you can see, the bullet goes in, but I'm in a melee animation. Now, you can shoot. You probably say, well, I don't understand, you shot, how did you shoot so far after? Because you have to watch the melee animation. Well, you can cancel the melee animation by hitting reload again. So the way that this goes is I shoot, then I reload, I press BX, and then I can shoot again. So I'll just show you a little time here on, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, then I'm clicking, can't shoot, right? That's about, let's just count it. 1, 2. It's maybe 2 seconds of reload, but watch this. 1, oh, we messed it, hold on, let's do this again. You reload and it's like 1, it's about a full second cutoff, I would say. It's kind of hard for me to time it in my head because not only am I timing it in my head, but I'm also thinking about it out loud, if that makes sense. It's not easy, but once you get a hold of it, you'll feel a lot more in control of your reload times, and you can get to shooting a lot more quickly. And it'll catch a lot of people off guard, especially newer players to the game. Now that's pretty much common knowledge that you can do that. You can also not get stuck in this reload animation if you press YY really quickly. So there's 2 ways of doing this. So you shot once, but he hit around the corner, you're like, I'm gonna reload, and then he charges you, and you're like, oh my god, I can't do anything. Because, you know, you have that 2-second reload time. Well, there's ways to get around it. One is that BX to auto reload the gun once it's halfway through. But if you try that and you're just trying to cancel your thing, your reload, you'll just infinitely reload. It doesn't work. So the way to cancel a reload without getting the full reload through, because you need to do it even faster, is to press YY. Now you have to do this really quickly, because watch what happens when I press YY. You see how I have like this animation where I like settle the VR in my hands? You hear a tick tick. If you do it instantly, like YY as fast as possible, it just appears in your hands. It's pretty difficult to do, and it takes a little bit of thought. Because like most time when you're swapping weapons, just like swap, and you let the full animation play out. But if you do the quick swap, as you can see, you just pull your gun right out. So, after reload, YY, I'm ready to shoot again. You can also do that instead of the melee. You don't have to do the melee to cancel, or to get the quick reload, you just wait till about halfway and then you YY. Both of those are glitches that you need to know for the rest of these glitches. So those are really, really important for the simple fact that it allows your gun to reload, and X, the reload, cancels the animation, right? Well, the same thing can be done for a melee. So we all know if you're walking forward and you melee someone, it takes off their shield. If you're standing still, you have to hit them twice to take off their shield. But if you're walking forwards and you melee, it takes off their shield. Now, if you combine that with an animation cancel, which is the X, it will cancel the melee. But if you let the actual melee go through and then cancel the tail end of the animation, you can shoot immediately. Now what does this achieve? This is called a BXR. A BXR is exactly what it sounds like. You press B, you press X, and then you press R in that order. And you do it pretty quickly. About like that. What this does is it puts the melee through so they have 1 life. Then you shoot them in the head so it instantaneously kills them. So imagine having a shotgun and you shot melee. It's practically the same thing, except you have to make sure you hit them in the head or they won't die. And if you hit X too soon, you'll cancel your melee. Because watch what happens when I hit B and X rapidly. Right? These are all canceled melees. None of these are actually going to count and hit. I do about a half second is generally what I do before I hit the XR part. So it's B, XR. B, XR. B, XR. And you'll have to experiment with times. It can get pretty frustrating, and sometimes you'll mess it up. But this leads into our second glitch. I'd say that's probably one of the most useful ones to instantaneously kill a player, especially if they're coming around the corner because you're like half shield or something, and they think they have the advantage. They're just gonna walk right in your face and try to melee you. You just BXR, and they're dead instantaneously. Now, this is kind of the counter to the BXR, and why you need to know both of these glitches. So as I said before, hitting B and X at the same time cancels your melee, and it allows the BXR to happen. Now, if you do a BX, but you let both melees go through, you can kill somebody really, really quickly. So as we said, walking forward instantly removes somebody's shield when you melee, where standing still makes it take 2 melees to remove the shield and 1 more to kill them. So if you're holding forward and you hit BXB, you'll be able to melee twice in quick succession like that. There's 1, there's 2. So 1, I'm pressing B as hard as I can. This is as fast as you can melee. It's pretty, I mean, it's not horribly slow, but it is a little slow. But BXB, melee twice instantly. And if you're walking forward while doing that, it will just straight up murder somebody. Now it's important to note, why is this the counter to the BXR? Because if he has to take the time to BXB, and I just BXR him in the face, how come he's going to win the exchange? Well, that's because with the BXR, you want to have your reticule about in the center of your screen, because the center of the screen is about where head level is going to be. So like, probably like in here somewhere. The BXR hits him in the head, they die instantaneously. So he's going to be doing this. And you are going to be crouched here to hurt. He's coming to BXR you, you're crouched here to hurt. If you BXB while crouched and moving forward, you'll still get the move forward damage, so you can 2-shot him. But in addition to that, you will also dodge his, potentially you'll even dodge his melee, because if you're meleeing up here and he's down here, there's a chance you'll actually make him miss the melee altogether, or for certain he'll at least miss the shot part of the BXR. So that can be used as a counter, but of course, I mean, if you really want to get creative, you can BXRB. You know, you can BXR and aim for the head. You can do a lot of different stuff. So that is the BXR and the BXB in a nutshell. They are extremely useful. They're probably, other than the reload canceling and the easy reload, probably the most useful glitches. Now, I'll show you some more advanced glitches, and these are the last two I'm going to be showcasing here today. The reason is, they're very, very difficult. These take people hundreds, if not thousands of hours to be able to do effectively. Now, what do I mean effectively? Like, well, anybody can sit in a training where there's no enemies shooting you and perform any glitch that they want, because you have infinite amounts of time, right? But, in combat, it can be a lot more stressful. You'll have to aim more actively, and getting these off can be rough. So you're probably seeing that I'm shooting my gun twice, and I'm using twice as many bullets as a normal shot. This is called a double shot. Now, it sounds super complicated, and in theory, it's not, but the use of it is. So, the most simple procedure for it is just RRX. So shoot, shoot, reload. And I'll show you both on the mouse and keyboard and on the controller so you get a hint. So, shoot, shoot, reload. This one's actually really hard, so this might take me a second. Shoot, shoot, reload. Let's see if we can get one here. There we go. So you double shot, and the way that you know you did it is because if you look in the top right, the bullets will disappear, and then they will reappear in the gun because the reload animation is going through without you seeing it. There's no animation, but that's actually what's happening. Is you're shooting twice, and then your gun is auto reloading those bullets back in. And obviously, as you can see, this can be combined with the YY cancel glitch to instantly bring your gun out so you can do it again. And if you hit 4 of them, or if you hit 2 double shots in a row, it's called a quad shot. Now, you just saw me do one a second ago. I'm not going to try to sit here and do one. They are exceptionally difficult. And the main reason why is because you have to perform near perfect timings on 2 separate button combos. But if every single one of those hits in the head, as many people know, a battle rifle takes 4 shots to the head to kill somebody. That will instantaneously kill them. And it happens about in the space of 2.5 to 3 shots. So you can get 4 shots in to 2.5 and 3 shots. 2.5 or 3 shots. And that will just annihilate somebody's whole day. Now, it's very, very rare that this happens because it's extremely difficult. But if you need examples, there's a montage. It's technically a dual-tage. There's 2 players in it. But one is Eli the Ninja. He is a quad-shotting god, pretty much. He's really, really good at it. And his dual-tage, I can't remember his partner in the dual-tage. I wish I did. I feel like an asshole. But it's really, really good, and he does it a bunch of times in there. So you can see practical uses from a professional player that will just impress you. It is horrible quality because this was back in like 2005 or something. But that's really, really important. So now you have the double shot in your repertoire. Yeah, it's extremely difficult to use, but it can be powerful if you have a desperation play and need to do it. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, you can shoot twice and reload? That's extremely overpowered. Well, yes and no. So let's say me and someone of equal skill are both fighting. He goes shot, 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 and I'm dead. And I go shot, shot. Oh, I was really hoping I hit it that first time, but imagine I shot, shot, double shot. That's a kill right there, because both are 4 shots. Now, as you can see in all these times I mess up, look at that. You see that extra time I have to add to my YY reload? And the whole time he's just 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm dead. And I'm over here trying to something like that. And granted, I have thousands of hours in Halo 2, so I've done it a lot, and it looks a little bit easier when I'm doing it. But I promise you, it's very hard under pressure, especially when you're having to like move the stick. Because if you're playing default controls like I do, if you play other controls, it can be a little easier. But if you play default controls like I do, it's RRX, and your aimer is your right stick. So you can't aim while you RRX. You have to like RX and then immediately go back to it, which it can be pretty difficult. So sometimes you'll miss the double shot and they'll just outstrafe you, because you got to remember they're focused on both and they can just destroy you. So it's very, very limited to when you can use it. But when you get it off, it is the nicest feeling thing in the galaxy. Now, there's one more glitch I want to show you that is pretty dang useful, and that's the glitch, but I'll explain it in a second. But I'll show you one more bonus glitch. This one's more of just a joke. This has no practical use whatsoever, but if you're ever playing with your friends and they don't know about it, you can mess with them. So if you RR, like you're about to double shot, so you shoot twice, and then you hit Y, you'll swap weapons, and the bullets will hit you in the back of the head. Hold on, let's see if we can do it here. Oh my god, nice. There we go. Like that. Right? And it looks stupid. It is kind of stupid. But it can confuse your friends. I remember I did this a lot back in the day. And if you do it really well, you can hold. Hold. Oh, I had to wide. No! There we go. You can be killed by the Guardians. And that can mess with your friends, and they'll be, what the heck, the Guardians killed you? I mean, obviously no one's really a child anymore, and they don't freak out about stuff like that. But I remember when I was younger, that was super freaky. And I remember one of my buddies, Tony, really, really good friend of mine, we'd fuck with each other sometimes and be like, oh my god, I got killed by the Guardians. Actually, just us messing around with each other like that. So that is a little cheeky glitch you can do. Now this next glitch is a more advanced version of the double shot. The double shot's already hard to do, but this is going to incorporate the BXR and the double shot. And you're probably thinking, well, that's easy, idiot. You BXR and then you double shot. So you would BXRR and then double shot, right? Well, that's not completely it, because that, as you saw, that actually takes a second. And it's not going to give you too much, like, information. But this glitch is really hard, and I don't even use it that often, but it can be useful. So say you're shooting here, and then a guy is coming up right here, right? So they get this spawn out in the rocks, and he sees you. Maybe he shoots like once or twice. You realize he's there, and he's about to do this and be right in your face to kill you. But you've already done a couple shots out of your gun, so you can't BXR because you'll just BX reload. And you could BXB, but you don't know if it's going to work, because if you're in a position where you can't move forward while BXBing, it'll take 3 BXBs to kill somebody, which is quite a bit. So instead of doing that, you have shots out of your gun, so you can't BXR. You can RR, which is shot twice, BX, so melee reload. And what that does is it allows you to double shot / BXR all in one combination. And now, I'm not very good at this glitch. There are some people that are so disgustingly good at this game. If you want gameplay examples, check out Hines, check out Furion, check out Elamite Warrior. They're all on Twitch. They are all impeccable Halo 2 players, and Halo players in general, and some of them were Halo pros. Both Elamite and Hines were pros for a really long time, and Furion played with them. He played with pretty much everybody because he's a baller. But these people are incredible. They can show you examples of these. You might be able to ask them, or may just watch their gameplay. I mean, obviously don't annoy them with it, but it can be really useful to be able to do that BXR, BXB thing. Now, one more time, just so you get it. It's RRBX. So you're going to do a normal double shot, but instead of hitting X immediately, you hit B, and then you hit X. And you do this as quickly as you can. And I guess that's pretty much the basics that I want to go over for these glitches. There are more glitches that I could show and I could showcase, but these are the ones that are going to be most useful to you in multiplayer, and will really up your game if you master them. If you master these glitches, if you have nothing else going for you, you can probably still get into the 30s in a ranked playlist for sure. Or you can just impress your friends, dominate some enemies, and make people feel bad because you know how to do some insane things that are really, really difficult to do. They're like fighting game combos a little bit. But it will impress pretty much everybody that you know. If they care about Halo. Obviously, if you go tell your mom, she'll be like, "Shut up, idiot." But if they play Halo, they might be impressed. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to show. The BXR can be done with any weapon, by the way. Of course, its effectiveness will vary from weapon to weapon. But one thing that people will do with a sniper rifle is, you remember how I said if you BXR too quickly, you won't land the melee because you'll do the melee cancel with the BXB. So, like that, you'll cancel the thing because it's too quickly. You'll cancel the melee. However, this can be useful. So, say you're camping back here with Sniper. The guy's pushing you here. He's out of nades, but you know he's about to come around this corner, and you have two options. You can either A, try to hit the no-scope, which is going to be pretty difficult. But you can BXR him, and your melee will take off his shield if you're walking forwards, and the shot will kill him. However, sometimes you don't even have that kind of time, because you literally have 0 life. You're blinking. You have no shield. If you BXR immediately and cancel it, it'll get you into a position where the snipe shot will most likely hit their head, because you'll melee lunge at them, and then of course their hitbox becomes a lot bigger because they're 90% of your screen. So you BXR and hope to hit their head. You cancel the melee on purpose just so you can get that distance closed and you have a chance to hit them right in the face. And you can BXR with anything, but most of the time it's not really that useful. The only other useful gun it kind of has some implication on is the Magnum. But I mean, if you're doing that, you're probably just playing around and messing around, because no one is going to do that. But I'm pretty sure that's all I want to do. There's some double grenade tricks with the plasma pistol. I never really use them. Honestly, I haven't done them since like 2005 or something, so. No. See, I don't even remember how to do it. It's like a double grenade thing. Yeah, there we go. So it takes a little bit longer to throw nades normally, but if you have overheated plasma pistol in your hand, you can throw them a bit quicker, as you can see. It's not a ton faster, and there's a bunch of different ways to do it, but I can't really remember that one too much. But I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm sorry I made this video so long, but in my opinion, these glitches are integral to what makes Halo 2 Halo 2. As much as I do love just the classic feel of Halo 2, without the glitches, I feel like you'd be missing something that is like peanut butter and jelly, right? Peanut butter sandwiches are great, but you add that jelly in there and you're like, oh baby, it's delicious. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys can check out my socials, Twitch on Burrsake on Twitch, also Burrsake on Patreon, and of course you guys can subscribe to the channel if you're interested. If you guys want more Halo content, feel free to message me or leave a comment on this video on what you would like to see next. I can show you more map tutorials because I have played this game for an ungodly amount of time and it's just, you know, kind of gross. But I can show you guys more map tutorials. We can do campaign glitches, we can do lasso playthroughs, stuff like that. Just let me know what you guys want to see, and thank you guys for your time. I hope this has improved your Halo 2 experience and you go to dominate some noobs. Anyway, I love you guys. Catch you later. Bye.